bottom line philosophy of this entire idea, concept, program, movement is found in verse 1. Listen, furthermore, David the king said to all the congregation, and if that's your study Bible, you ought to highlight the word all, because far too often we have some willing workers and the rest who are being carried along by the others. But he says to all the congregation, Solomon, my son, whom alone God hath chosen, he's young and he's tender. And David's statement here says to us that Solomon can't handle it all by himself. He's wise, yes, but he's young and he's tender. He doesn't have the ability to do it alone. But in contrast to that, he says, look, the work that he has to do is greater than his ability. Are you listening to me? And then he says, the palace, the reason that this is all of our concern is not just Solomon's concern. He says it's all of our concern because the palace is not for man, but the palace is for the Lord God. In other words, David is saying to Israel, look, this isn't something you're doing for Solomon. It's not something you're doing for me. This is something we're doing for the Lord. And that's how we have to think. Our willingness becomes greater when we recognize that our service is to the Lord. I'm going to go out there and work because the pastor wants me to. No, that's not motivating enough, because you'll only do that when you're not mad at me. And when you get mad at me, you'll stop working. But when it's to the Lord, you get a case of the can't help it. It's always good to serve the Lord.